Welcome to Campaign '08, The Aftermath.
Let's try to make sense of what happened last night.
We got to begin with the tears, signifying memories, the great suffering, not just of black people, but of human beings, signifying hopes for a better future. The age of Reagan, which has now come to an end.
It has been a redemptive story. It has been a story that has, on the one hand, showcased our deepest failings as a nation by reminding us of our history, of our legacy of slavery, of our legacy of discrimination, and not just our legacy. Racism is still here, and we saw it in various parts of the election. So on the one hand, we were not the great America where everything is perfect. We were in America where our divisions, our injustices, our failings were very much on display. And yet at the same time, we were actually able to transcend them.
There's this sense in which the nation has been absolved of something, that we've gone through this ritual of racial expiation and that we've exorcised the demons of our past.
We have seen reported in the media, and rightly so, a kind of triumphant narrative around race in particular, and I mean yesterday and today. A narrative that goes from slavery to the I Have a Dream speech to Barack Obama. It's one in which the present is uncomplicatedly related to the past, a steady forward progressive movement. Again, I return to Reconstruction, which reminds us that we can't afford to think in such easy terms. So how will Obama's victory affect the national discourse on race? And is there a place to talk about poverty, the needs and sufferings of poor people? I heard too little about that in this campaign. And even talking about the economic fairness for the middle class, which is what we're supposed to be all about, led to charges of socialism and Marxism.
Barack Obama's coming in at a terrible time. You know, we have huge financial obligations now because of the bailout. We have a crisis which is pretty unstable and foreign policy problems. And then there's issues. You could have ended the narrative with Katrina instead of Barack Obama, and it would be totally different how we talk about race in America. And I think one of the questions in terms of what's the substance, will he try to move the Democrats to deal with questions of the urban crisis that we faced? Katrina was much more than a hurricane. It was decades of policy. And I don't know. I mean, many Democrats in Congress are not going to want to go there. The Democrats now have the problem of united government. It's not just a benefit.
Here's what I think we could expect if everything goes as wonderfully as the campaign has gone. If Barack Obama proves to be the kind of president that he has been, a campaigner and a transformative figure. He gets the changes in the world more than any leader we have had since the end of the Cold War. For this generation and for the 21st century, the world starts from connection. It's not about separate nations that bump into each other and compete for power. In his administration, he's going to have to figure out how we can reposition ourselves, not at the top of the world. We've got many other powers. We've got work to do at home, but at the center of a web of connections, and how we use those connections, not to proclaim ourselves the best, but to lead in solving common problems.
And I think that was captured in that wonderful phrase, this victory is not the change we seek, but a chance to make change.
Yep.
And that depends on us.